In this video, I'm going to talk about all my digital downloaded video games. As of Saturday, December 17th, Wipeout was one of the very first digital downloads I got, as well as one of the very first PlayStation video games I ever played. I played this game originally back in 1995 when you could rent the PlayStation 1, Sega Genesis, NES, and Super Nintendo. All around great racing game. You're in a spaceship craft that hovers above the ground, and you race right above the track. You do jumps and can shoot other opponents. If I remember correctly, I think this might have been a two-player game. Any information I miss in any of my videos, I will try and put that in the description box below or in annotations as usual. But all around great racing game by Psygnosis. I don't think this company's around anymore, and if they are, they go under a different name, or the developers went off to other companies and split. But that company also made Destruction Derby, which is another racing game that's quite good. I've done a full-on review of this, so I'm not going to say much about it. And I will put a link to that review in the description. This was one of the second games I believe I played for the PlayStation, once again back in '95. To me, those were the golden years of gaming, and memories that I will always cherish. Great cover though. I mean, you can't beat that cover, man. I mean, and this is another game that I own in long box form. Wipeout and Doom, and this game I have in long box form, which I'm very grateful to own those, since they're getting harder to find and they're a little more expensive. I could actually sell them for almost retail price of the original retail price on all the, at least Wipeout and Destruction Derby. I'm not going to, because they're part of my collection now, and I'll never sell them. But all I can say about this game is a great racing game. You have some racing mode where you drive on a track. It's nothing like NASCAR, even though the cars look similar to NASCAR. But all I can say is you can just smash things up and have a lot of fun. Destruction Derby 2, they really need to put this on the PlayStation Network if they're going to offer up Destruction Derby. I don't know if it's on there yet. I haven't checked around on the network for a couple weeks now. Castlevania Chronicles. This game is great. It's a side-scrolling game. You go through, I guess, dungeons. There's these flying green devil things with spears and swamp creatures that come out of the water, like these fish-looking things, the red ones. This game is a challenge. I think it's like the original Castlevania game that came out on the NES. It's just like a reworked version of that. You got arranged music on here. You can choose to play that or the original music. It's not the original music that you heard on the NES, but it's a very good looking game still, even today. Granted, you play it on a standard definition TV. I mean, these games don't look horrible on an HD TV. Even a 27-inch, 40-inch, you might be stretching the image a little too far, but all around very good side-scrolling hack and slash game. Siphon Filter. This game is, I think it's a long one. And I've also done a review for this. It's not one of those short games. I believe I've only done a couple of missions on it so far. Never really went back to it, but I enjoy the game, so we'll be going back to it. Yeah, it's kind of like Mission Impossible meets, I guess, sort of. It's similar to Hitman in the aspect that it's a third-person shooting game. Basically, you got to figure out, save people, and kill off the bad guys. Twisted Metal 2, great game. It's very similar to Vigilante. I think this is the only Twisted Metal game I have actually played. Never played any of the other ones. I might get the new one when it comes out, I think next year. A new Twisted Metal game, I think it's just called that, Twisted Metal. Great game though. You can go around shoot at the enemies. The object of the game in each level is to kill off all the enemies. The first level you play in, I believe you're in Vegas, something like that. And you got to fight off the ice cream truck clown guy, this guy on the cover. You got some race cars to tend with and kill. The controls are not very good, I'll say that. They take some getting used to. Tekken 2, great fighting game. I was glad I downloaded this one. The graphics haven't really aged all that well today, but um, still, it's a great fighting game. It's fast-paced, different from Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter for sure. It reminds me more of Dead or Alive, um, since it has that similar fighting style, and the camera kind of, I guess it rotates a little bit when you're fighting, but cool cover here. It's interesting that I was only able to find big picture versions of the PAL covers of PlayStation 1 games. That's just how it came out, but sometimes the PAL covers look better, or even the Japanese. Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, I've been wanting this collection for several years now, and Midway and some other companies made that happen. With this collection, you get Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, put out by WB Games, and I think Midway was involved with it, what is left of them, and some other companies that did the emulation. But unfortunately, once again, the Mortal Kombat 2 emulation is a little bit fast. When they put the game out as standalone download, Mortal Kombat 2, the game, it was at a perfect speed, and there were no glitches within the game that I could see. But Mortal Kombat, I've never played the arcade version of that. Any of these I have never played them in the actual arcades. Mortal Kombat was great to go back and play it since I hadn't really played it on an actual console in a very long time, and the proper way, that is. I mean, yeah, I hooked up the Genesis several months back through RF and played it that way, but Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, all these games bring back very fond memories of me playing this at my babysitter's house with her son, playing it at home on the PlayStation. This game I played on the PlayStation. So I was very happy to get that collection for $10. And it's one that I hope does not go off the PlayStation Network, because it's just an awesome. These are just great fighting games. I mean, I believe all of them are 2-player, so you can bring in a friend, jump in, and start killing people, or battle one another. Speaking of battles, Battlefield 1943, awesome game. I played it for nearly 2 years straight, so I pretty much got my money's worth out of it. It's a first-person shooting game where you go online and play on the American side or the Japanese, or was it Vietnamese side, I believe, or maybe it was Japan. But you can fly in this game planes, you can drive a jeep, you can get up on a Gatling gun or something like it, machine gun, sorry, up on the beachhead, and shoot down the planes and kill the people that are on the battleships. That's a really dirty way to play, and I did it too. I'd pick off people, snipe them from afar on one of the islands or something. But a lot of people played dirty in this game. When I played it, I might pick it back up, I might not. I believe the game is $15. It might have gone down in price since I bought it. I bought it when it just came out, like 2 weeks after. But you can have a lot of fun with this game with your buddies or people that you meet online. Wolfenstein 3D. This game is a trip. It's a corridor game. You're going on opening doors, finding keys, killing guards. There's 3 different types of enemies in here, I believe, or 4. The dogs. They look more like wolves. The soldier here you see in the cover art. And there's 2 other kind of soldiers, I think. There's officers in the blue suits. They're real big. And then there's an officer in a white suit, or a corporal, whatever. And then the end boss, he's not all that hard to kill. You just pretty much stand there, take his hits, and just shoot him continuously with the machine gun, and he'll die. Wolfenstein Spear of Destiny. I think this game was a little bit longer than Wolfenstein 3D. I played Wolfenstein 3D on the PlayStation and beat it rather quickly. It was a short game, but Spear of Destiny sounds like it has a little more promise to it, a little more action. The levels designs are obviously different. Music is different. Of course, it's better. With this, it's all-around improved game. It used the same game engine, obviously, but I think there's like 3 different acts to the game. I think Return to Castle Wolfenstein. This was originally on the PlayStation 2 and PC back in 2002, and I downloaded all these 2 games off SteamPowered.com. Great looking game, even though I don't have a fancy computer. You can get all three Wolfenstein Return to Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein Spear of Destiny, all three games for $15 plus tax. So I really could not say no to that deal. I want to get some more id games, possibly all the old DOS Doom games, since I have not played those properly for quite some time. Actually, it's too hard to save the freeware versions of them. Get a save file actually working. Now the new Wolfenstein I do want to get as out for the PlayStation 3 and PC. I don't know which version I'm going to get quite yet, but I'll get it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. That's a cool little box, ammunition box there, I believe. Or no, yeah, it is. It's got some kind of gauges on the side there and some knobs. I don't know what the hell that is, but have a lot of fun this weekend gaming. Just playing a bunch of games that I've bought. Start playing them, getting them out of the way. Now, Vigilante 8, this really needs to show up on the American PlayStation Network. I have a lot of fun memories playing this one. I do have a disc copy, but it's pretty scratched up, and it's actually burnt. Someone actually burned the side of the disc for some reason. I don't know why. But I got it cheap, so that's fine. I mean, but this is another one of those, games where you just drive all over. This game too, it needs to get on the PlayStation Network because it's not easy to find for the PlayStation anymore. It's more easy to find for the Dreamcast. Yeah, Activision really needs to get on the ball here and put this game on the PlayStation Network, because I remember playing it on the PlayStation and on the Nintendo 64. Doom needs to be on the PlayStation Network. There's no excuse for it not being there, since it is on the Xbox Live. It also needs to be on Steam. I don't know why it did not put this on Steam. I think maybe at one time it was, but they pulled it for some odd reason. But I want to say thanks for all the support over the years, guys. I'm going to keep doing videos like these. They're easy to pump out, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for watching.